Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynic Alex, and Dr. Doodoo and the Doodoo Avengers are here. And yeah, if it isn't the worst update we've seen this year, it's pretty close. There's really not a lot to say. There's no new content. The only new content that may be available at some point is only going to be available for 16 players. Literally 16 individual players in the entire game, which I know the number of players is shrinking, so that's probably why the devs thought that this would actually be like maybe the majority of players. But no, there are still, jokes aside, thousands, tens of thousands, maybe even 100,000 players playing, and unfortunately 99.9% of them will never see this game mode. So them calling it new content is about as funny as it gets. Now, as far as the new uniforms go, we have a classic revision of, you know, let me copy your homework, bro. Okay, bro, just don't make it too obvious. The new Ghost Rider is not really better than the old Ghost Rider. It's basically the same shit. The only difference is now his fourth skill has an iframe ignore. Or sorry, his fourth skill has iframe on top of the iframe ignore, which means that he's slightly better for PvP. Yeah, that's it. He's not better for PvE. He's not a better striker. That's it. That's the whole thing. So, should you get this uniform if you don't have the seasonal? Yes. If you have the seasonal already, you really don't have to do anything unless you really want to use him in PvP. Juggernaut seems decent for PvP, but you're going to have to tier 4 him. And you're going to need his artifact. And you're going to need a good build. And then you're mostly just going to use him in Alliance Conquest. Starting to sound familiar? I also went ahead and tier 4 Dr. Voodoo because I'm a psychopath. And I actually think Dr. Voodoo is really fun to play. His V-Pad skill on his 5th is really, really fast. Just to give you guys an example here. When you press his 5th skill, you can just zoom around. It's really, really fast. Honestly, skill preview does not give you... it doesn't do it justice. You can really zoom. So it's a really fun rotation because you just do 3, 4, 5 and you just zoom around the map while things are exploding in purple halos around you. I think by far Voodoo is the best designed character of this update. I haven't played Black Swordsman yet, but or Black Knight, sorry, Black Swordsman, whatever, Black Knight. But yeah, I think Dr. Voodoo is cool. I don't think you should tier 4 him. He's not a very useful support, as we detailed on the live stream, because his tags, Command and Magic, just don't make him very relevant, and a lot of the universal types that he would buff as a support are more likely to be gated behind alien stages, which then you would use Beta Ray Bill for. So yeah, he's actually not that good as a support. He is, but you don't need him at tier 4 for the support capabilities. Now, I will mention that as a universal hero male, he is available for one of the 2 ABL days that Loki does. Now, this universal male stage, I only got about just under 12 million with Loki. It's a pretty bad score. I'm a pretty mediocre Loki player, and I also hate playing as Loki, and we've been trapped in this shit for like 2 years now. He's not an alternative to Loki, unfortunately. A, he's not a villain. I know that. But B, even as a hero, even with a mighty rage, I was able to get close. Don't get me wrong. I was able to get just under 11 million. I got 10.8 million, and I'll provide a screenshot now. So that's actually really good for what we expect to be just a support. And so I think his, like, the fact that he's a leadership and a support for universals and a self-buffing support and a decent DPS, and he's proc friendly, so you could use him with an energy CTP or a proc obelisk, is actually pretty impressive. So I actually think he's the best one of the update. The problem is it's good for like free-to-play and low-spending players. It's not really good for the meta chasers. It's not really good for the whales. There isn't really, and there hasn't really been much for the whales lately, except in the form of the web shop shit. And so yeah, for the web shop stuff, it's great. You go through the store now, and then you click here, and it sends you to the thing. I'm not really going to showcase this through this because obviously it's my phone, so it's horizontal instead of vertical. But if you go to the web shop in-game, you will see that it has changed, and it does look quite good now. I do believe you'll have to log in again if you haven't logged in. But the main thing I want to point you to is the supply loyalty point event. This one is like a permanent event. It resets every 7 days. and all you have to do is just claim your free loyalty points. You get 3 per day. You do want to claim them today before the daily reset, because you need exactly 20 and you only get 21 for free. Sorry, you need exactly 20 and you only get 21 for free. And then you'll be able to claim the 10 million gold. So this is probably the only part of the update that most people really care about, is the 10 million gold that you can get once a week. So that's 40 million gold a month now that you can farm for free. You just have to go in and log in, claim this every single day. Now there is going to be a separate event mission. There's going to be an agent supply event mission. I'm yawning, not only because I'm tired, but also because this update is absolute ass. There's going to be an event mission where you basically, it's a long mission. It's going to take like a month to do, but you basically just complete these missions, these daily missions. It's completely free to play. You don't have to spend money. And then at the very end, you're going to get a CTP selector that includes competition. You get a random Odin's Blessing, random 3-star artifact, and you also get a 10 pull on the emblem chest, as well as a 10 pull on the comic card chest, a 10 pull on the custom gear chest, a 10 pull on the artifact chest, and a 10 pull on the hero chest. So this is actually a really crazy event. I'll have a separate video for you when the event is live tomorrow. But just keep this in mind because you're going to want to participate in it. It's absolutely insane. Like, very, very good rewards. Very good event. It does take a really long time to complete. It takes a month. But the rewards are certainly worthwhile. And you get a bunch of tier 4 materials as well. Tier 3 materials, tier 2 materials. So, yeah, it is really, really good. But, yeah, as is the case, basically this entire year, the characters are weak. The uniforms are lame. The events are good. That's been the story of Marvel Future Fight in 2025. This is not the update to break the curse. It's not. The only other thing I want to point out is the lobby theme. I did buy 2 of them because they're available for gold. So this is the default, and then you can buy this one for gold, and you can buy this one for gold. Then they have the audacity to charge 500 crystals a piece for these. Yeah, I don't know about you, but unless the lobby theme is like giving me a handy under the table, there's no way I'm paying 500 crystals for something that I barely ever see, right? Like, look, Juggernaut's so big, I can't even see most of it. I didn't even go ahead and try the gyroscope thing in the main lobby. I'll turn it on now. And, yeah, I can't even tell what's going on. I guess it allows you to rotate the character. I thought it always let you do that. I think it's supposed to let you rotate the background, but maybe it's just not working properly. Or maybe I have to reload it. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. I think the gyroscope feature is broken, which it wouldn't be surprising. Because in most updates, there's at least one thing that's broken. Speaking of broken, story mode is also broken. A lot of players are finding that they can't click the auto play button. You have to restart your game. You have to download the data in the settings. If you don't know how to do that, you go to settings and you go all the way to the bottom, and there will be a download button. I can't press it. It says download all data. I can't press it because I already did it. But in addition to that, there is a bug where you can't autoplay. So when you go to a stage and you autoplay it, even though you go to repeat and you go like this, after one stage, it just kicks you back out. So the repeat function is broken for those of you that wanted to farm stages. And I believe it is broken because of this auto progress shit being introduced to the game. So yeah, they delayed the maintenance by an hour and a half. Like, they delayed the update by an hour and a half, and the maintenance was an hour and a half longer, and there are still bugs. On top of the fact, we're not even at the best part yet, they didn't fully fix Emma. Now, to their credit, they did fix the glaring issue, the big issue here of her running. So you can see her running is smooth now. She looks good. She looks silky, right? Everything's fine now. No more horrors of, you know, the game there. But if you zoom in on her character model, she still has that that clipping effect on her leg. So they did not fix that part. The meshing is still broken there. And it's pretty stunning to me. I don't know what's wrong with the game. I'll be honest with you guys. This is pretty disappointing. This is honestly, to me, kind of scary. To me, it's scary because it either means that there are so few people working on the game that they can't manage to do just a little bit of work to fix this in 3 weeks, because they've had 3 weeks to do this, or if there aren't so few people working on the game, that's the first problem, right? That's the first possibility, that there's very few people working on the game. The other possibility is that they're just not listening to us, and they're not really taking feedback in properly. Whoever is running the show there is cocky and thinks that they understand how to make money, and maybe they do understand how to make money. Fair play to them. But they definitely don't understand how to make a good product, because you're prioritizing short-term gains over the long-term loyalty of players at this point, and you're burning the bridges potentially of long-term loyal players who wouldn't necessarily spend as much money, but when you aggregate all of their spending, it does outweigh the short-term burst spending that you're going to get from larger spenders who are not going to stick around. So I don't really like this tactic of beefing up the shop and focusing so much on the sales for basically the entire year, at the sacrifice of the players. Juggernaut should have penetration on his 4th skill. There's no reason why he can't have penetration on his 4th skill. He wouldn't be that strong. Ghost Rider should clearly be better than his uniform from 2 years ago. There's no reason to make him marginally better. He should be easily 10-15% better. There's no reason not to do that. And yeah, there shouldn't be bugs in the game. They shouldn't be shipping these updates with bugs in the game, and with lingering graphical issues on characters from 3 weeks ago. Not to mention, someone brought this to my attention, but Blade's old uniform, I know it's old, and at this point no one is using this uniform, but Blade's old uniform also has a visual bug. So believe it or not, Emma's not the only one. If you take a look here, his arm kind of detaches itself when he's running, his left arm, and it looks like a skeleton. Basically, there's no bones in his left arm when he runs. It's hard to tell from the front. I think from the front it looks okay, and from the back it looks okay. But once you go from the side, and particularly when you go from this side, it looks hilarious. And I think his legs are also screwed up too, where his knees are way too high up. I don't exactly know, but it does look pretty wonky. So it's possible that there are even more bugged uniforms in the game. I do feel a bit ashamed that I didn't realize it back in the day when it was released, or maybe it was something that was changed recently. But yeah, I don't really have a lot of good news for you these days in Marvel Future Fight. For those of you wondering about the data mine, apparently it's Mephisto and Hellstorm. We're gonna have to wait and see, but there's a tentative possibility that it's Mephisto and Hellstorm. I know a lot of you are going to be excited for Mephisto, myself included, but with the way that updates have been going this year, I'm not going to get my hopes up and my expectations up for a Mephisto tier 4 that's actually good, mainly due to the fact that very few characters have been good this year. So it wouldn't surprise me if they bungled Mephisto as they've bungled 90% of the uniforms this year. Anyways, wish I had better news for you. Really hope the devs get their heads out of their asses. I don't know if it's going to take if it's going to take a boycott or something like that to get them to really start listening to us again. But this year has been a really difficult one to get through due to their incompetence and their lack of attention to the players. Anyways, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching the video. Smash the like button for the content, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.